Today, I'm going to share with you my exact process for client check-ins that not only saves me time, but also gets great client results. Hey, I'm Elisa, a registered dietitian and weight loss coach who is passionate about helping other coaches implement systems that allow them to create scalable, thriving businesses. So first thing first, why are check-ins so crucial? Well, here's the thing. Any coach can create a nutrition plan or provide macro counts to a client, but if your client is not seeing any results with that plan, that's a big problem. That means they're going to quit, or they may even ask for a coaching refund, which is no fun. So regular check-ins ensure your clients are 1, making progress, 2, have the necessary skill set and knowledge to continue to implement change, and 3, it's a chance to troubleshoot any problems they are facing, which allows them to continue to make progress. Now, how often should you check in with your clients? Well, there's no one-size-fits-all answer, but here are some general guidelines. So new clients or those making big changes, I recommend checking in on a weekly basis. Whereas with established clients, I'd say bi-weekly or monthly is a good option. After you have determined how often you should check in with your clients, it's important to figure out when you're actually going to fit them all in, especially if you're working with a dozen plus clients. Ideally, if you have a large client roster or even want to get to the point where you're serving 20 or 30 clients at one time, it's important that you schedule your check-ins on the same day or 2 days. This keeps you in the right headspace and avoids the constant context switching. This means other days of the week should be set aside for admin tasks, creative tasks, or marketing tasks. After you have chosen what days are going to be dedicated to client check-ins, you want to figure out how you're actually going to conduct those check-ins. So a couple options include doing video calls on Zoom or Google Meet, phone calls, email, or my personal favorite, the hybrid check-in approach, which also happens to be perfect for serving 20 or even 30 clients at a single time. Now, the way I do a hybrid check-in is using a screen recording tool like Loom to share feedback videos. It's efficient for me and it feels personalized for the client. Before I record my video check-ins, I first get feedback from my clients. So I always request that they provide feedback to me the day before I complete my check-ins. So I do my check-ins on Tuesday, which means my clients are expected to fill out their check-in forms by Monday. I use LogEat to auto schedule my check-ins so they go out every Monday with the expectation that they complete that check-in form by end of the day. And then on Tuesday is when I give feedback to all my clients. Now, you might wonder, what kind of questions do I put in this check-in form? Well, here are the exact questions I ask in my check-in form. So first, I ask my clients to rate themselves on their perceived progress. I use a scale of 1 to 5 to ask how they perceive their nutrition balance, their hunger, their movement, and their stress management. I also ask what their recent wins were, what challenges they are facing, and then what they can do differently for the upcoming week. These questions allow me to laser in on what's working well for them, i.e. the wins, what they can improve upon, and then how they plan to continue making progress. Now, even though I have the client fill out the check-in form, this is not the only piece of information I collect to provide feedback. I take a data-driven approach to coaching, which means I'm not only looking at the subjective data provided by the clients, but I also have objective data I'm having my client track, including weight changes, body measurement changes, progress photos, food logging data, and then nutrition averages. Now, this is especially important to have when it comes to troubleshooting any problems the client is having. And LogEat is the software that I use. It provides easy to interpret charts and data to help me pinpoint where my clients are having issues. So when it's time to give feedback, I follow this simple 4-step formula when recording my Loom videos. First, I acknowledge what wins they had, if any, this week. Second, I address one to two key challenges. You don't really want to address more than that, otherwise they're going to feel overwhelmed. 3, I then provide actionable solutions to those challenges. And this is really where that objective data comes into play that I was talking about. So if the client is complaining, say, about being hungry all the time, I can take a look at their food logs and clearly see what can be improved to mitigate this problem. So maybe they aren't hitting their protein goal, or perhaps the types of carbs that they're choosing are low in dietary fiber. So this data actually helps me clearly see why that client may be experiencing that specific problem and how to address it. Fourth, I set clear goals for the next check-in. So going back to the example of my client feeling hungry, I may suggest they start by adding in a mid-morning protein shake to help reduce that hunger, or ask them what they think would be helpful. That actually increases client buy-in. So remember, keep your feedback focused on what's most important for them to experience success. After I've recorded my client check-ins via Loom, I then take that video link and drop it into my client chat on LogEat. This allows them to review my feedback on their own time, and if they have any questions, they can simply message me back. Last but not least, I like to jot down a quick note regarding that particular client check-in in the client's profile. Usually the note refers to any new goals that they've set, or maybe some different challenges that they're facing, future action steps, or possibly any changes that I have made to their nutrition plan. So there you have it. This is exactly how I do my nutrition check-ins to ensure my clients feel supported and are tracking towards their goals each week. Also, if you like this video or have questions, drop me a comment below and stay tuned for this next video where I talk about the top 3 mistakes I see personal trainers make when it comes to nutrition coaching. See you later.